Alright, so number 6 says one box contains 6 red marbles, 2 blue marbles. A second box contains 4 red marbles and 8 blue marbles. If you pick one marble from each bag, what is the probability that they are both blue? Whew. Alright, I just read that and I don't even know what I just said. So I think one thing with these is that there's just too many words, right? So let's just simplify it a little bit. What are they talking about? Well, there's one bag that has 6 red and 2 blue. So what I would do is I would draw one bag, and I've got 6 red. So I've got 6 red, and then I've got 2 blue. And so in this bag, that means there's a total of, 8. And here's my bag. And I don't know why I draw bags like that. It's not a pumpkin, who knows. So that's what's in one bag, and then so what's in the other bag? So if I look in the other bag, we're saying that there are 4 red and then 8 blue. So 2 separate bags, not the same bag, 2 separate bags. 4 red and then there's 2 blue. I'm sorry, 8 blue. So for a total of 12. And so I think what we're doing here is instead of trying to, you got all these words and you think of it as a word problem, what I'm trying to do is we're trying to say, well, how can I simplify this thing, right? And then so what we're doing is that we're reaching in, here's our hand, right? We're reaching into one bag and we're saying, what's the probability that I would get a blue out of this bag, and then what's the probability I'd get a blue out of that bag? Well, probability of 2 events, what this says right here, where it says probability of A and B, if you know the probability of 2 different things happening, you find the probability of each one, and then you multiply those 2 things together. So what I'm looking for is I'm saying, what's the probability of getting blue out of this bag? So I'll just say probability of blue times what's the probability of getting a blue out of this bag? Well, there's 2 blue in that bag out of 8 total, so my probability would be 2 out of 8, right? Because probability is what you want out of the total that's there. Blue out of this one, there's 8 blue out of 12. And what this tells me to do is that if I have the probability of 2 different things going on, that I multiply the 2 probabilities together. Now what I can do, and let me just kind of rewrite this, I've got 2 8s times 8 over 12. I can do some cross-canceling here. Right, like 8 goes into 8 once, 2 goes into 12 6 times. So I would end up getting a fraction here, which would be 1 in 6. So I have a 1 in 6 chance. Thing though is that when we talk about probabilities, what's the probability it's going to rain tomorrow? There's a 20% chance of rain, a 30% chance of rain. We speak about probabilities usually in terms of percents. So let's just convert that to a percent. How we would do that is just type it in as a fraction, 1 divided by 6, and we get 0.16. And then repeating, to change it 16 cents, 16%, right? Move it over 2 spaces. We're rounding, so we could say approximately 16%. And actually, if we were going to round, right, that 6, we'd round it up to a 7, so we'd have approximately 17%. I do want you to put both, because we talk about probabilities in terms of both things as a fraction, but we also talk about them in terms of a percent. Alright, so that's number 6. Try the one on the right, and we'll move on to number 7.